What is up, guys? My name is Jace Miller. Welcome to the channel. I'm here with Aaron and with Sam. And this is going to be an intro to our Dynasty League. Just talking over the draft board, our league in general, and just what we project the future might look like. So anyone want to say anything before we jump into this?
I'm Aaron, and I'm not that good at fantasy football.
And I'm Sam. I'm definitely winning year one at the tippity top of the mountain, and we're only halfway there.
All right, here we go. So I'm just going to intro everyone in the league. So to start, we have Evan Lake, Zach Taylor, Sam Hirschberger, Aiden Boyd, Jake Hawley, Aaron, how do you say your last name?
Stutzman.
Should be Studman. Jace Miller, which is me, Lucas Radke, Ryan Ames, Pearson Gallagher, Justin Roberts, and Ryan Clark. So that's the league. We'll just kind of jump right into the draft board. We're going to talk through the first 3 rounds, kind of talk about the good and the bad trades. Anything stand out for that first pick with Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, obviously going into the draft, doing so much research and doing so many mock drafts, and everyone was so prepared for how things should have gone. And then Jaden Daniels gets pulled off the board first, and everything just goes to crap.
I feel like that made a chain reaction so big that it like Brock Bowers overall number 3 by this man and first, by the way. Mm-hmm. So after Jaden Daniels was picked, it was floodgates open. Anything, like literally anything went for the rest of the draft, and it kind of stayed that way, but it somewhat evened itself out a little bit. But
I mean, if you look at the projected, like, who's going first overall in 99% of draft boards going into the summer, like Jamar Chase, obvious 101.
Yeah.
You go Daniels 1, Christian McCaffrey, mind you, this is a dynasty league. CMC, he's older than a fart, and then you have Brock Bowers, which understandable, tight end position's bad.
Like he's going in the first round, but
yeah,
pick number 3 with Jamar Chase and literally everyone else open.
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously Gibbs, Chase, that's good picks. Allen, I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have a good quarterback. Better at the middle of the round instead of having Daniels at the first. It's bold take.
Yeah, I kind of regret because Josh Allen now. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, but like I picked up Daniel Jones off of waivers, and Daniel Jones is I think either right at where Josh Allen is right now or above him even as quarterback ranking. So
yeah,
a little unfortunate, but it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
He's gonna be fine.
Yep. Justin Jefferson makes sense. Amon-Ra makes sense. C. Lamb, Bijan. Honestly, pretty surprised he fell that far.
Yeah, for sure.
Puka is an absolute beast. Genty, you just didn't know with the rookie. It's a fine pick. Mm-hmm. Neighbors, beast. Barkley, a little older, but against the year he had last year, you had to do it. Mm-hmm. Lamar, Burrow, fine. Brian Thomas Jr., I feel like is one we should talk about because he is having a terrible year.
For sure. And I know Lucas, if he's watching this, he's going to be so mad. But like Aaron said, hindsight's 2020. And to take a second-round pick at the beginning of the second round and to use it on someone like Brian Thomas when you know that he's not going to produce, especially with Travis Hunter being there and then after the NFL trade deadline, now that Jacoby's there, there's only more targets to be having to be shared around. And Trevor Lawrence is just not that guy. He's terrible.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Third year in the league? Is it third?
Third or fourth.
Yeah. Something like that. So like he's had time to know the offense and everything. And he's just not that great.
And now we have injuries coming into play to where Brian Thomas can't seem to get healthy enough. So many guys are getting hurt all the time, and so it's so tough to pick someone that it's all a lottery ticket whether or not they're going to be hurt or not.
So then we go Nico Collins, he's fine. Cook, he's been a beast. McConkey had a weird start with what's not Judkins,
Johnston.
Johnson.
Quinn Johnson.
Thanks. Yeah. But McConkey kind of seems to be taking that back. Henry, he's been fine.
I think Derrick Henry in round 2 of Dynasty is insane. Especially,
that's fair.
I mean, you have Jahmyr Gibbs, which is like wonderful, but man, looking at like the way Aiden drafted, Derrick Henry is a scary pick for me personally in round 2 when there's so many other younger guys. But obviously, it's Derrick Henry, like you said, so he's got to go round 2.
Well, he was doing literally Derrick Henry in the first 3 games of the season, and then he just the Ravens by themselves just completely fell apart after Lamar was out for those couple of games, and then I would have thought Derrick Henry would have skyrocketed if I would have been able to. I probably would have traded for Derrick Henry when Lamar got injured because I thought he would have skyrocketed. Like he would have went off. They would have pounded the ball down the middle all the time because they have Derrick Henry. But dude, the Ravens just, I don't know what else changed in the offense. Yeah, I guess it's just Lamar, and he is the only person on that team that is worth anything, but pretty much. But I would have thought Derrick Henry would have skyrocketed, but he is just not producing.
Absolutely. You want to keep him running.
Hurts in what is that?
Trey McBride.
210. Yeah. Yep. 210. And then Trey McBride, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Dude, last year, so at the end of last year, he started to be that number 1 receiver for he was on the Seahawks.
Yep.
So he was on my draft list 100%, but I thought he was going to go in like round 4 or 5 because based on his work last year, like I did not think he was going to be what he is now. But dude, taking him in round 2, the last pick of round 2 was probably one of the best picks of this draft because he is wide receiver number 1, I think, in all stats as of right now. Like he is absolutely producing. And
it's also genuinely surprising to me that Evan was the guy to take him in round 2.
Yeah.
With just how much Evan loves to just pick, silly players.
I feel like he just goes with like the players that he likes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For sure. But JSN being there at the end of round 2, like you guys said, it was the perfect pick. I am just genuinely surprised with guys like A.J. Brown, Drake London, like these other wide receivers, Garrett Wilson that were still on the board. For Evan to take JSN was like a beautiful pick. And last year, JSN didn't produce just because DK was there.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was like taking all the target shares and stuff. But that's probably my favorite pick out of the first 3 drafts was Evan picking him there at the end of the second, just because, I mean, it was a total gamble over the other guys, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, because on the board, you still had Drake London, like you said, A.J. Brown. I mean, even Garrett Wilson, like some of these guys that, Rashee Rice, I mean, he had the 6-game suspension, but like some of these other guys were on the board still. But I want to go back to James Cook in pick 2.7. So second round, middle of the pack. I got a lot of flack, I think, from you for picking him in the second round.
Yep.
And I had the Josh Allen James Cook stack, but I stand on that still. He's going to be a top 5 running back. You don't think so?
No, definitely not.
He's going to be a top 5 running back. He is top 5 running back right now, but I totally stand on James Cook. Like, he's still young. He's got Josh Allen as quarterback, so like Josh Allen is always going to take a share of the rushing yards, but James Cook, as of right now, has the most rushing yards out of any running back. He just doesn't get the targets for receptions like Josh Jacobs, who's literally just a receiver at this point, or Christian McCaffrey is literally just a receiver at this point as well. Like if he had like a little bit more target share for receptions, dude, he would be number 1 running back, but he literally just runs the ball, and that's what he is. But he's very good at it. He's very good at it.
Yeah. Third round, I mean, Scary Terry going third is just abysmal, but Evan likes his Commanders.
That's right.
Montgomery.
You're not, dude. That is crazy.
That Chat GPT draft pick is crazy.
Yeah. The rest of them are honestly all fine, so I don't necessarily feel like we need to highlight much there. Unless you guys want to talk about anything else on draft board, I'm good kind of just moving on to like trades and stuff. But
I am honestly a little bit surprised that Devon Achane made it all the way to the pick 3.7. Just with like everyone knows this dude produces, and in my opinion, he's a first round pick. And so when I pulled Josh Jacobs at the beginning of round 3. Looking back, honestly, I probably would have rather taken Achane. We'll get to the trades and stuff. I have both of them now, but for Achane to drop that far was just crazy to me.
Do you see Jonathan Taylor in the bottom of
Oh
round 4?
my gosh! I just saw. Yeah.
That is by far the best pickup.
Wow.
I didn't even look at his what he did last year. He was not anything what he is now.
I mean,
That last year.
Kyron is at the. Oh no, he's at the beginning of round 4. So Taylor's kind of the beginning-ish,
Yeah.
but. Wow, for those
great
3 running backs to be at the beginning of round 4 is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then Chuba Hubbard in round 4 is
Tough scene, man. But you got Dowell now.
Yeah, I do have Dowell.
Yeah, so let's move to some trades now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the first trade of this year was obviously by Jace and Samuel because they just go crazy with trades. It was kind of a nothing trade, but the first trade was David Njoku and Cedric Tillman, and a second round pick, which was kind of a nothing trade, but that was the first trade of the season.
A classic.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's way too many trades to highlight all of them, but is there any specific ones you guys see just
the Brock Bowers trade at the
Oh,
beginning,
for sure.
like we did the draft in April.
Oh yeah, that's all me, baby.
What, wasn't it in
Let him
April?
explain it.
Yeah,
May.
So we did the draft in May. So it was way before we should have, honestly,
Oh,
because
yeah.
there was still so much happening. But yeah, I'll let you get
It
into
was
the
a
Brock
whole
Bowers
summer's worth of training camps and random trade, like team trades and injuries, stuff like that. So you can never tell. Even going back to the draft a little bit, the fact that I took Brock Bowers with the 3rd overall pick in round 1 was never ever my plan. And with the 2 other guys drafting before me, when CMC and Daniels went, it completely threw all research out of the window. Like adrenaline 100% took over, and all I could hear in my mind was the whole like the winter's worth of mock drafts when Jace is telling me Brock Bowers is that guy, he's that guy, like just all winter long, and I'm like, oh, I have to take Brock Bowers for some dumb reason. Was never my plan. Ended up working out great. So once I had him on my team, I knew I never wanted to keep him because I had so many spots to fill in my team. I looking back at the team that I had drafted, it was crap. There was just so many holes. My number 1 wide receiver suspended for the first 6 games. I had a good quarterback, and I did have Brock Bowers, so it's a promising tight end, but that's it. So Mr. Jace here, I don't even know if we conversed about this trade or if you just sent it to me, but when I see Njoku, Chase Brown, Devon Achane, and a future draft pick come through for just my tight end, smash accept. Easy. I have just alone, you have Devon Achane and Chase Brown, 2 top 12 running backs, easy on the year. Chase Brown had a slow start now looking back, but at the beginning of the year, super high on my list. So when I saw that come through, it was just a no-brainer.
Yeah, to walk us through the
I'm not
process.
sure. Honestly, so for those that don't know, I've traded my entire team away for future picks.
Do you have any original player that you had
No.
in the draft?
No.
I had Caleb Johnson I picked,
Okay.
but
He's gone. You traded Caleb.
never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You have Caleb Johnson, the running back.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant
Yeah.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, so I currently have 20 first-round picks over the next 3 years, which I'm super excited about. I decided to sell the farm, and we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
But
Wild.
fun fact, I was hoping the trade would happen during the camera, but I have a 3-way trade currently in the works right now.
Oh.
So if someone accepts, then another trade happens immediately following. So
Okay, so explain these 3-way trades. Like, how is this supposed to work?
Well, so technically the third party doesn't know he's in a 3-way trade, but I have agreement. If I get this person, then the other trade would happen. So I'm kind of keeping it in the darks because I want, obviously for me,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But
Plus, that would be the first three-way trade that ever happened in our league.
yeah,
I've never seen it because I don't understand how you could convince anyone to make that happen.
yeah, it is interesting because all parties do benefit, but it's like in a weird way, you know. So we'll see. I was hoping it would happen.
Is this helping your year this year, or is this all
I
future
can't
proof?
say.
There's nothing
Okay.
to help him this year. Nothing.
I think you're 1
No,
and
no, yeah,
1
but-
and 7
Oh,
or 1 and 8.
oh,
Yeah, you haven't won.
About
Oh
to be
no.
0-10, baby.
Yeah. All right. Any other trades you can highlight real quick?
I would say the biggest one that I'd love to highlight was the one that I actually pulled today.
Yeah.
Just because looking back at the roadmap was hilarious. So today I made a trade. I traded away Chris Olave and Rico Dowdle to Ryan's team, Ryan Ames, for CD Lamb. And so this was huge for me because I had to boost my wide receiver group, have a plethora of running backs. So when I looked back at my list of how I got to this point, I just started laughing. If we go back to the draft board, I don't know if we can pull that up quickly or not, but so I had Braylon Allen on my team, which I pulled. I'm going to figure out what the pick was here. So Braylon Allen, okay, he was my round 14 pick. And I took Braylon Allen in the beginning of the year before the season started. Braylon Allen and a 2026 fourth round pick to Mr. Jace Miller here for Dak Prescott. Dak starts going off at the beginning of the year. He's hot. Found a team that needed a quarterback. Traded Dak away for Kyler Murray and Chris Olave. 2 for 1. So that was a great trade. So then I trade away Kyler Murray for Joe Flacco. Start him the week that he drops 50 points.
Literally insane. Like,
Living high off the hog
what
right now.
Samuel has, like, his trades and his like, even playing Rico and stuff. Those, it's been perfect
It
throughout the
has.
whole year. Like, the
I
trades
will-
and who you play
Yeah.
and sit start accuracy is insane
Yep.
for you. So kudos.
I'll
to
never
you,
be able to
honestly.
replicate this
It makes
year.
me so mad, but kudos to you.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yep. So my round 14, Braylon Allen, and then I also threw in Rico Dowdle, who I pulled in round 16. So I turned a round 14 and a 16 draft pick into CD Lamb. That's my favorite one so far.
that is
That is
crazy.
disgusting.
I do want to highlight my trade for Amon Ra because that was kind of
Oh.
insane trade. So I had
Monumental.
Nico Collins, and I traded him to Jace for Marvin Harrison and a first round pick. So I gave a first round pick, and Marvin Harrison got Nico Collins, and then I used that to trade Lucas for literally the house. I sold the house for next year, the year after, and the year after for draft.
For sure.
So I traded Lucas, Nico Collins for a first round, second round, 2026, second round, 2027, fourth round, 2027, and a first and second round in 2028. So literally all of my first and second round draft picks are gone.
Yeah.
I have no more, and I got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's wild.
And I think that's still a good trade. I think that's still a good trade.
That's debatable.
Because Nico, as I mentioned, he got hurt,
Mhm.
and he's been hurt in every single season this year, or since he's been in the NFL. He's missed games because of injuries, and he did it again this year. So I stand on that trade.
That's not a bad one. You just better hope you win in the next 2 or 3 years or a year.
Yeah,
So
I kind of sold the house to try and win this year because I wanted to win the first year, and it's not.
yeah, we'll see,
doing
man.
so well.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. All right, let's especially when you have Josh Allen as your quarterback, you're never out of it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the current standings and talk about that, and then let's talk about what do we think going forward in the next year, 5 years, 10 years.
Mhm.
So right now we have Lucas sitting on top of the West Division at 6-3, and you have Zach Taylor and Aaron at 5-4. You have Ryan Clark at 4-5, Aiden at 2-7, and me, as we noted, at 0-7 or 0-9. Sam sitting as the best in the league, not only by being 7-2, but also by points for by an insane margin, basically over 100. And then you have Pearson at 6-3, Justin at 6-3. I have no idea how Evan is 5-4, but
This is kind of wild.
after that draft, man. And then Jake 4-5, and then Ryan Ames at 4-5. So
I don't think Evan wins another game this season, though.
Dude,
I'll be honest.
I keep saying that, but he keeps showing up. So, but yeah, now losing Daniels for the year, it's not looking good. But anyway, so the South honestly is all pretty competitive, other than
Samuel at the
Sam at the top. But Pearson and Justin have showed very big days, so they could at any point just start popping off.
I still have a trade out for Justin for Saquon, but wait, no, actually, I traded Jennings and I traded Jennings and Diggs today for Rico, and that was part of my trade for Barkley, so I don't think that's going through anymore.
And then the West is a bit more lopsided. You have Lucas sitting on top, and then
it's all pretty competitive.
Yeah, yep.
Except the bottom two.
Yeah, bottom two is pretty tough. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You have any thoughts on the standings currently? I mean, they are the standings, so there's nothing to it necessarily. But
I think Zach is higher than he should be. But
Zach is another one that I'm just like, I'm not really sure.
It depends. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's really hard to say because Zach has scored 198 points, literally the highest points for anyone this season.
Yep.
And then he's also scored under 100 with the exact same lineup, week to week. So it's so much of a toss up for him.
He's the definition of boom bust.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what scares me. If you look at Zach's team, especially if he doesn't win this year, I feel like he has a lot of second string players that are producing right now because of first string injuries, but he also has a lot of injured players as well as older players. He doesn't have much bench depth, so I'm afraid if he doesn't win this year, he's sitting at the middle towards a little bit lower of the middle pack going into next year and into the future.
The good thing about his team though is that he has kept his picks. Unlike most people who have sold them off, he's stayed true to keeping those first rounders, which will definitely help him going forward.
And same with Aiden too, being 2-7, he's going to have those higher picks next year. And I think Aiden, he's got a decent structure. I don't like stacking same team players. And also, AJ Brown hasn't done much, but to see Jahmyr Gibbs, AJ Brown, he has Jameson Williams, a young, good talent. He could probably make some trades away. He also doesn't have the greatest depth on his bench. But now he also has Rashid Shaheed. Could be a huge deep threat for the Seahawks. We don't know what's that going to look like as far as taking targets away from JSN. So I think Aiden could be a sleeper. He does have his first round picks. So it could be huge. He just has to draft well next year.
Yeah. Bryce Young could turn into something one day. So,
yep.
I guess let's just continue on going on the teams.
One that terrifies me is Pearson's team.
I was just going to say
Pearson's team, in my opinion, right now has the strongest team. He just has a wicked lineup. If I end up having to face him in playoffs, I am terrified of what's going to happen. Just because he made a late season trade for a lot of first round picks to Jace here for Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, absolute weapon. And when you look at Pearson's team, he already has great players like Bijan. He's got Lamar. He's got Rome Odunze, Dalton Kincaid. He has a solid core.
This team is nasty, dude. Yeah.
T. Higgins for a flex. I don't know if I love the Chase T. Higgins stack, but he could even trade away one or the other and be perfectly fine to add more depth to his team.
I mean, he has Garrett Wilson sitting on the bench.
Exactly. He's benching Garrett Wilson. This is an insane team here. It's just, terrifying. I hope that he somehow has a fluke early in the playoffs and he's just out of there, because if he makes it to the end, it's game over.
Dude, and honestly, he's not. Thanks, guys. Honestly, he's not honestly going anywhere. This team is depth for a couple of years. So, a very strong contender.
Justin's team, he's got a great team, but he also has a hilarious amount of quarterbacks and tight ends. He has some awesome starters. He has some old heads on his team. So I feel like, if he gets to a point where makes it to the second round, if he wins this year, wonderful. But even if he loses, I think for him, the best thing for him to do is to move off some of those older players, try to get as much value as you can before we go into next year's draft, just to get some younger players on your team. Dynasty changes so much.
Here's a question. So obviously he's competing. I mean, he has
Puka,
Barkley, Adams, everything else, JJ.
number 3 right now.
Would you trade away Devonta Adams? Because like right now, he scored the most touchdowns on anybody right now. So like if you're trying to make the push, like, but obviously Adams, maybe this is his last good year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you trade Adams right now and get a couple first round picks, or trade for some younger guys? I don't know, because I mean that's a caliber team to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't win, his future, he's told me, he's like, I don't have a future. It's like now or never.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you kind of give yourself a little backing? I don't know. Good question.
I think. I mean, looking at his bench, he's still got players that he could fit in that flex spot if he did trade away Devontae Adams, but they're also very mid-range players, like boomer busts, like Romeo Doubs. He's been doing okay. He's wide receiver 28 right now. Like he'd be a good mid-range, but there's no one. I guess Devontae Adams is kind of boomer bust as well, a little bit, but there's no one else that he could plug in that would have the upside, I don't think, of Devontae Adams. So
yeah, he'd be nerfing his team, but
yeah.
Is it worth it to get more of a future?
If I were him, I would 100% try to do it. You look at his draft picks; he has nothing for for the 2026 class, but 2027 he does have his first, second, third, fourth. He has all those picks. So if he does not win this year, I mean, it just has to be. It has to be. He's got to trade some of these guys away.
I don't think he does right now. I don't think he does, because he's sitting at 6. Like if he was 5-4 right now, then maybe. But he's 6-3. He's number 3 in the league. Like, continue doing what you're doing. You got a good chance in the playoffs. I say keep it.
I do hate the Puka Devontae stack. Unless one or the other is hurt, I would never start both of them against one another.
That
ever.
Is very true.
They're
that is
doing
very
well.
true.
They're
Yeah,
doing well.
they're both producing. Like, the Rams are full steam ahead right now, and Puka's back, and he dropped 22 points last week. So
Yeah,
I think he's good.
I'd like to wrap this up in maybe like 5-6 minutes. So, I guess very quickly, if there's any other teams you guys want to highlight, or maybe we can just kind of guess. Like, let's just hop into predictions. Okay, so looking at the lineups or the league right now, who do we think is going to win it? Who's the best chance to win it? And then like next 5 years, like who do you think the top 5 would be?
Oh, that's tough.
Gosh. So, I mean, the obvious choice is Samuel right now to
Yep.
win everything. He's just got such a good starting lineup. Once his buys are gone, he's so lucky. He is so lucky that he's playing you this
Yep.
week, and all of his buys pretty much are this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all of his second string, he's playing you, which is always a blessing to play Jays in the Dynasty League. Just this year. Yeah, the next 3 years, Jays is going to be pretty tough. But yeah. So Samuel's got a great lineup for the rest of the season. But like you said, it takes one bad week for your players to not produce in the playoffs, and then you're literally done.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had my money, to bet on someone, it would probably be Samuel as of now.
Yeah,
For this year.
I think. I mean, now that Brock Bowers is producing, like if he continues, Lucas, just between JSN and Bowers, if they have a day, it's going to be hard to beat.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I would probably lean Sam 1, Lucas 2, just because JSN's having the career of a lifetime right now, or season of a lifetime, and then Justin and Pearson like probably 50-50 for 3 and 4. So everybody else, I mean, it just takes a day that you go crazy and again, like you're saying, like your team, Josh Allen, James Cook, if they have a crazy scoring day.
I will say they are always better late season. Like they just start getting in the groove, and the Bills are always just better late season. So
yeah,
I'm hoping. But
yep,
I definitely do agree with you guys that I'm going to win this year. Some things that do kind of scare me about my team. Chase Brown on the Bengals, like he's starting to ramp up. Bengals historically always start slow. The thing that scares me this year is they're kind of out of contention of Super Bowl or playoff dreams. Yeah. And so I don't know if they're going to try to play their heart out as if they still had that chance. So I don't know if they're going to be as aggressive on offense or what their plan is. So that does kind of scare me a little bit. Same with the Dolphins. Basically, the whole offense runs through Devon Achane. I hope it continues to be that way, because if either of those two stop producing, That definitely hurts my lineup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Chiefs, Rashee Rice is going to keep being solid, so I'm excited about that. My biggest fear, like I said earlier, just has to be Pearson. He's got to be my number 2, and then I'd have to put Lucas at number 3, just because whenever I look at power rankings for Dynasty projections, somehow Lucas has a perfect 100 score. No one else is even close.
He just knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
like, he's got the most experience out of everyone.
He does.
And to clarify, he won last year.
Yeah.
So
by
Lucas
1 point,
just knows.
He only won by 1 point.
And the hilarious thing is, Lucas is leading his division. When you look on his team, it's basically the entire Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
He has Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, JSN, like all these guys. He's starting all of them confidently and still winning his matchups. That's what terrifies me.
That's because there has to be a bye somewhere, right?
There are a couple. No, not even this week. He has other options. Bucky Irving is hurt, hasn't played in forever. Bucky is going to be a beast in the future. So he has those young studs. He has Judkins.
Seahawks already had their bye, so
exactly.
I mean, they're full on for the rest of the year.
Starting Kenneth and Zach Charbonnet,
wild. But it makes sense. It makes sense because Kenneth is their running back, and then Charbonnet just punches it into the end zone. So he's getting all the rush yards and then all the touchdowns as well.
Yeah, but with 2 players, I mean,
it's hard, but he's making it work.
Yeah.
He's making it work.
Also, I want to say one thing. I've made some crazy trades this year, and I feel like I've made all the right trades. If one comes through from Lucas, smash decline, because that dude knows what he's doing, and if he's trading you, he's taking something from you.
I've been throwing Hail Marys for JSN, but every time it's like 2 minutes later, he declines it immediately.
Yeah, I mean,
not let him go.
You can't let a guy go like that.
Yeah.
He's just having a year. So, all right, 5 years from now, let's wrap this up. What are we thinking?
Dude, it's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
Is Jace going to be unbeatable?
Yeah, that's the biggest question is Jace right now because he has literally all the first round picks in next year and the year after. Like he has
28.
And 28.
So that's why not only do I have all the first picks, like that's beneficial for me, but all of you guys aren't necessarily growing either.
No.
So that's why it's really enticing thought. It's like, okay, I'm getting better. Everyone else is kind of staying the same. Is it enough to get to that next level?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I'm starting 3rd string guys to just make it by right now. So the hope is that my picks hit, and
I can't wait for the 2027 draft. Like that draft is going to be so big for Jay. I'm just going to be watching Jace. Like my pick, I don't have a pick until round 3. I'm pretty sure. So I don't really have any dog in the fight. But dude, your picks this next draft is going to be so entertaining to watch because I can't wait.
I'm certainly. You are my most eager team to see what produces out of this.
Yeah.
But knowing Jace, what scares me is if he has absolute studs. Let's say he has 5 first-round picks next year. He's still not going to be in contention because you can't have 5 rookies and expect to win it.
Yeah.
And so I'm afraid he's going to get cold feet, try to make some kind of run to contend, throw these guys away before you give them time to develop. And then 5 years from now, you just have like a mid team. If you hunker down and keep your first-round players, let them develop, and then by 2030, you have guys that have been in the league for 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
It could be a bad thing for everyone else.
Very, very big.
That's why it's hard because trading is such a fun aspect. So the thought of like not trading anymore and just holding all of my guys, seems hard to do. But
I know you love trading, dude.
So.
Whatever it is, you love trading. But I will say, Lucas, I would say for the next 5 years is top 3 every year.
Yeah.
He's
just because
contending.
he's got so much knowledge. He's been doing it longer than anyone else. He's in like 3 leagues at once every year. So I'd say Lucas is top 3 for sure. I'd like to think that. No, I'm not even gonna.
Don't jinx it, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
But I do appreciate it about Dynasty is that like right now, for example, Aiden's having a not a fun season, but 2-3 years from now, he could be having one of the best, and it'll just be fun to see the league develop. And I've enjoyed the guys so far. I feel like they're all pretty active, and it's a good crew. So looking forward to the future and see what we go from there.
I just forgot what I was gonna say.
I would love to say that I would be contending every year. Obviously, that's not going to be the case. My first year doing fantasy football had a stud team of what should have been studs. everybody just crapped the bed.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to tell.
Mhm.
I would love to think that the picks that I've made for the next couple of years, I could be, contending at least for playoffs. Once you get into playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. But again, you have no clue. I do think the guys who are up there this year, it's going to look drastically different next year for playoffs
Mhm.
just because of the age of players
Yeah.
and the offseason, things that happen.
Yep.
But that's what makes fantasy football so dang fun.
I'm so excited. This is our first year for Dynasty, and like the next 2 to 3 years are going to be so entertaining to watch
yeah.
because
So fun.
it's yeah. Like I'd say like 4 or 5 years down the road, I think we'll have a good idea of who's going to be where pretty much every year, kind of. But like the next 2 or 3 years, it's everything's up in the air. You have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it really just comes down to these like Justin Roberts teams where it's like they have old guys. What do you do with it?
Mhm.
I think these next couple of weeks will be insane. So, hoping to recap you guys heading into playoffs. We can kind of show who's out, who's in, who might win. And just continue to update my members who are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Appreciate the support. And anything else you guys want to say before we go?
I'd like to do this at least 2 times a year.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
doable.
Just to recap everything.
Yep.
Kind of in the middle of the season and then towards the end, maybe after playoffs or whatever. But this is great.
I really dropped the ball. I should have done like a draft party video
That
too.
would've been
But
nice.
that would've been
I'll do one in the next couple of years too. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys' time, and we'll talk to you later. So.
Absolutely.